$1,000 down this paycheck period. There's a couple of things we're doing differently this month. This is gonna sound very like vapid or shallow, I guess, when I talk about it, but like the girls who get it, I guess. And let's pay off my Citi card together.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to.
Hello and welcome back to Out of Debt with Lex. Today we are doing like a payday vlog style video. We're starting off with heading to Target. We just dropped off my daughter at school, but I did do a Target pickup order this morning just for some essentials. Like I ran out of my conditioner, my daughter's hair stuff we generally pick up from Target because she is biracial, and having the right hair stuff is really crucial. Otherwise her hair really dries out and like the curls don't form correctly. All of our hair stuff restocked, and then I also got myself a coffee, so we're gonna pick that up first. I also did an Aldi order for this morning, and I'm trying to think if there, and a PetSmart order as well, just for some general supplies. And then I figured we'd kind of go over the budget for this week with both my husband and I getting paid yesterday and today. So it's gonna be a fun vlog, so let's go to Target now. All right, it's time to budget now, which I feel like is partially the most stressful part, but also partially the most exciting part. It's both. So I thought I'd go over what these paychecks actually have to cover in terms of our bills. That middle part of the month where we don't have to pay rent or anything, but there's a lot of littler things that kind of add up. So first of all, we have our MG&E bill, our gas and electric. That's $138 this month. We have My Capital One, which is $300 this month, Verizon, which is $209, Utilities, which is $147, Upstart, which is $138, Chase, which is $40, Line of Credit, which is $30, my husband's car, which is $530, USAA, which is $32, and Geico, which is $190 this month. And so those are all the bills that we have to cover. We also started a bit negative with this paycheck, which I actually went in and I realized I could prevent my account essentially from overdrafting. There is this setting where you say like, I do not want to overdraft, please don't let me overdraft. And so I turned that on. So we are starting at a bit of a negative with the paycheck this week. Our account was about $500 negative. So that kind of stinks, but hopefully now that I've learned that the setting is a thing, I didn't even realize that we had it like toggled that we could overdraft. Hopefully this will help going forward and we won't be in the same situation. To add on top of that, we also had to get a door replaced in our basement. We do rent this house that we live in, and the door itself had a little bit of damage that was our fault, and they had to replace it, which ended up totaling almost $500, which has to be paid immediately. So I also paid that right away when I got paid yesterday. And so that puts us about $1,000 down this paycheck period. But I think the overdraft thing will be handled after this pay period, which is good. As for the door situation, this is something that we've been waiting on a repair for literally months. And so it just so happened to happen last week. I am not like overly stoked to be starting with like less money than expected, but also it is what it is. So that being said, I'm gonna open my spreadsheet quick. And I did start already making some of the payments as well. Yesterday I kind of set up everything. I normally get paid about $3,000. It's like $3,035 is what I get paid every week. My husband is hourly though, so he gets paid a different amount every week. He has gotten paid, it's normally like the $1,100 to $1,200 range-ish, so it just kind of depends. I am going to be entering in all the transactions that have started to go through so far for the month. I will say as well that there's a couple of things we're doing differently this month, and I'm excited to see how well they work or how well maybe they don't work. The first thing is that I opened another checking account. So we'll have our normal checking account, which everything normally deposits into. It's kind of like our spending money. And then we'll have like a bills only account. So hopefully this will prevent us from overdrafting in general, but also like separating our money out for bills will give like a really clear picture of what we have for like general day-to-day spending, variable expenses, that type of thing. So I'm really excited to try that. This is our first paycheck trying that. Another thing I'm going to try this month that was a suggestion in the comments a couple of videos ago maybe, was giving ourselves an allowance each week. This is nothing, I've never done anything like this, but my husband, I feel like, will benefit from having a budget for each week. And so we're going to see if it works for us or not. We're going to aim for $50 each per week. Honestly, I'm probably not going to take my $50 each week for these 2 weeks. I do want to start giving myself some money to spend because I do think that like that would benefit me mental health wise. I think it would be a good thing to have like some sort of like little money to spend on myself. But that being said, my birthday is during this pay period and I feel like I'm going to be showered enough with things, and I don't feel like I necessarily need to also have like $100 to spend over the next 2 weeks. So yeah, that's the update on that as well. So let me pull up my bank account and we're going to start entering in some transactions that happened this past week.
Empty hearts and neon lights, they're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the
Okay. So I've updated all of my transactions that I've gone through so far. I'm trying to do better about not updating with anything that's pending, just because I've noticed like certain things, like we shop at Aldi and they generally like do a holding charge where they like charge you, let's say like $250, but then they've removed some things from your cart or whatever it may be. And so they actually charge you once it goes through like 230 or whatever it may be. So I've noticed that. So I've been trying not to enter anything into the spreadsheet that is pending. But I also thought we'd quickly just mark off things that are paid. So MG&E, utilities is scheduled, not paid yet. Verizon is scheduled. Car insurance and renter's insurance are both scheduled. Let's see here. Upstart loan is paid. Capital One's. Chase is good. Car, line of credit. I think with my husband's paycheck today, most of my paycheck, even with the subtracting about $1,000 for the door and the negative account, most of my paycheck was actually able to cover majority of the bills. I still want to put like maybe like $100 more into the cushion of the bills account just to have a little bit extra in there. Just in case anything else comes out and we need to move things around, whatever it may be. I also think that I might pay off my Citi card today. I mean, I think it has like a balance. I think its balance is what, like $297, and my husband's supposed to get paid about at least $1,000 after we take out the $100. And I think that's doable. That would still leave us about $600. Wait, no, that would still leave us with about $700 for like our spending, gas, that type of thing. Thoughts? I think it's a good idea too. Thanks. Okay, but I'll check back in later. We are gonna be hanging out for a second here until it's time to go get my daughter from school. And then when I pick her up from school, I'm also going to pick up our grocery order, the PetSmart pickup order, and I did order like a pack of beer and a bottle of wine for me and my husband from Total Wine for pickup. So we're also going to pick up that. And I think that should be about it until he gets paid. He won't get paid till this afternoon. So I will check back in when we're on our way to pick up my daughter and go get all the stuff we have to pick up.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
There you go.
Only one. I was an ordinary.
One thing that we have been doing a lot better on since the last time I did, I filmed a payday route. Yes, thanks, Liv. I filmed a payday routine last month, and one thing that we've been doing a lot better on is grocery shopping and making sure that everything can like last us the 2 weeks that we go between buying groceries. And so that's something that I've been pretty proud of over the last month, not necessarily needing to like eat out once I get paid, because we're not like desperate for groceries anymore, which is really nice, and also like a bit of a comfort that we didn't have previously. So that's been really awesome, and like kind of like a newer development this last pay period, I guess. All the groceries, time to unpack. Good evening. It is much later than anticipated. So essentially my husband got paid around like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock ish. And after he got paid, I was in the middle of making enchiladas for dinner for my kids. My husband is working late tonight. He's working till 9 p.m. So he won't be home for a good couple of hours. It's currently almost 7 p.m., which is why it's so dark outside after daylight savings time and all of that jazz. So I figured we'd finish out this payday vlog with just figuring out what we're doing with the rest of the money. Our bills are all covered, which is great. My husband got his first $50 of his first week's allowance, I guess. He's gonna get $50 this week, $50 next week, for a total of $100. Obviously, we would personally, I think we would both benefit from even getting a little bit more. For me personally, something that used to help my mental health a lot, which this is gonna sound very vapid or shallow, I guess, when I talk about it, but the girls who get it, I guess. In 2022, there was a full year where I got my nails done and I actually took care of myself. I got haircuts on time. I did I got my eyebrows done. My nails were always done. I had a pedicure, and those are very superficial things, but my self-worth and my general happiness skyrocketed because of it. That was one of the happiest years in my memory, being able to do that for myself, and I would love to get back to that point. I felt so ambitious, and I could just take on the world. I don't know, I just felt really good, and I would love to feel really good again, because it's been a while. And also I'm about 1.5 years postpartum still, so I feel it takes me about 2 years to get back into my good happy place and get my athleticism back and stuff like that too. After you have a baby, it does take longer than you think it should to kind of be able to get back into that mindset. But yeah, I was just thinking eventually I would like to have that budget for myself and fit that into my budget. Right now it's just it's not a priority, but I would like it to be. But anyways, getting back into this. So looking at the bank account in general, what I'm thinking is leaving about $200 in the account just for gas purposes, and if something really tiny popped up that we needed to do, and transferring the rest out to the bills account. My husband, this paycheck, got paid a total of $1,074.73. So I am gonna enter that into our spreadsheet as well. Let me do that now. So it is a little bit lower than anticipated, but honestly it makes sense because he did take I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 days off in the middle of the week, one of the 2 weeks that he worked in this pay period. And he currently has not built up any vacation. And the company that he works for, he has to build up vacation and then use it. So he took it unpaid, which makes sense because if he's missing a day or 2 of work in there, then it would be a little bit lower than anticipated. So maybe the next paycheck will be a little higher than anticipated, and that would be great. But it's still pretty much on target for what I had estimated for him for this paycheck, so not too detrimental by any means. Sorry, my throat is I'm not feeling the best, and I also, if you notice, I'm wearing my robe. I didn't mention that, but I was cold. With that being said, we know we have all the bills covered. I'm gonna transfer over $800, leave $200. That'll give us a little bit of cushion in the bills account, which I really want to have because I feel like that will be helpful. And also we're really trying not to overdraft. And then let's pay off my Citi card together. Okay, so I have my Citi card pulled up on my laptop for you guys to see, so I'll put it on the screen. So as you can see, my current balance is $297.46 and we're gonna pay it off. Let's do it. So we're gonna pay off our current balance today. Continue, review the payment amount, correct. All information is correct, and gotta do a little happy dance whenever I pay something off. You guys, it has been so long since I actually paid off one of my credit cards. I'm trying to even think. It might have been since like the beginning of the year since I really truly paid one off. I did consolidate into a consolidation loan and paid a couple off, but like I have not truly paid off with my own money and my husband's money, our money. We have not truly paid off a credit card by like working slowly but surely this whole year. And so this feels like a lot of momentum and excitement. And now it's like, okay, what's next? Obviously this paycheck, like my main goal is like, okay, let's build in some things that can last. Having these two separate accounts, one for bills, one for just like gas and like variable expenses to separate and have some separation there is step one. Step two is making sure we have a little bit of money for ourselves. So like for my husband and I, being able to have like a little bit of an allowance each week, so that way we don't find the need to like splurge on things. And like I'm trying to build these habits that are solid, that will catapult us forward like as we go, if that makes sense. So hopefully next pay period we can start working. I think my next one is technically either my husband's Chase card or the Wells Fargo card. Their balance is almost dead similar. They're both around $2,200. So it's just like a matter of which one I kind of would prefer to go with. I'm thinking I might go with the Wells Fargo just because the monthly payment on that is normally around like $85, anywhere $80 to $90. It really just depends on the month. And I would love to drive down that payment. The Chase payment is really not, like it's $40 a month. So that really does not affect us that much. So I might go for the Wells Fargo next just because the balances are so similar and the Wells Fargo payment is higher. But we'll see. I'll update you guys probably in our debt update when I update on this situation. But that is so exciting. Yay. At the end of this video, where everything stands is we got about $250 in a checking account that is just for gas and like an absolute necessity. It's supposed to not be for like our personal spending. So we have that. We have the rest of the money in our bills account with building a small cushion in that account as well of like probably like $300 to $400 ish, which is great. And then we have all of our bills scheduled for this pay period as well. So that is also exciting things. But that's pretty much it for this vlog. It'll probably be a relatively short vlog. I don't expect it to be too long. I did want to share like some updates and then also pay off a card together. I feel like maybe I should do one of these payday vlogs whenever I'm about to pay something off because it just gives good vibes and I love seeing the comments and the encouragement and it makes me feel very like happy. I don't know. So thank you so much if you watch this video. I appreciate all the love and support I've been getting on this channel, and I've been loving this like YouTube reset challenge that I've been doing. Like I feel like it's really pushed me in ways that I might not have pushed myself otherwise, and that's been really fun. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Friday for the next video. Bye guys.